1989, the BBC aired one of the most disturbing documentaries ever made about the American death penalty. It followed the final 14 days in the life of a man awaiting execution. Standing beside him was a young British lawyer named Clive Stafford Smith. I am a freelance journalist who covers crime for a variety of titles, and I have been researching the death penalty specifically for more than a year now. When I spoke to Clive over Zoom, I was expecting to hear legal arguments, but what I got instead were memories that felt painfully immediate. Now, as a reporter, sometimes you're speaking to people about things that happened decades ago, so time can somewhat soften the details. But on this occasion, it didn't. Clive has represented more than 400 people on death row, but the case of Edward will always stay with him for one reason. He watched the slow, agonizing death of an innocent man. Here's Clive talking about the moment he walked into the guest chamber with Edward and heard his harrowing final words.
And he let me go into the guest chamber with Edward, and I gave him a hug, and he whispered in my ear, "Is there something you know that I don't know?"
But the most disturbing part of the documentary comes towards the end, when Clive goes to Edward's funeral and meets a woman who makes a revelation that he will never forget.
I went to his funeral the next week in Walnut Grove, Mississippi, and this woman, Mary, came up to me and said, I know he didn't do it, because I was with him at the time of the crime. And I said, well, why didn't you tell someone? She said, I did. I went to the police and told them, and they told me to buzz off and mind my own business.